Welcome to our 2014 season's coverage of the FMSCI National Racing Championship. Roll clip.
The National Racing Championship, now in its 17th year, is the most prestigious racing event in India's motorsport calendar. Organized by the enthusiasts of the Madras Motorsports Club, the event has scaled new heights with each passing year. And this year is no different. It begins on a new high as the MMSC track has received new tech and various other enhancements. It also awaits the FIA's inspection for certification as a Grade 2 circuit, just one notch below the certification for Formula 1 racetracks.
The Madras Motor Racetrack has been undergoing a lot of upgradation going on for the last 2 years. We did a lot of the runoff areas and all that in the last year. This year we further improved the runoff areas. For example, we've extended the runoff at turn 12, which is the last corner, and we've put double layers of tires with tire belting on turn 1, turn 8 and turn 12. We are upgrading it and we shall finally be a Grade 2 circuit. These are on the circuit, that changes we've done. But apart from that, even on the control room, as you can see in my background, we've brought in the cameras all over the track.
Our next phase is to put up a new paddock and pit area, which is going to come up with a slight change. Work will start there by the end of the year. So I think all told, compound wall of 5 kilometers coming up. I mean, look, this is a club run by its members. Okay, all the members feel very passionate about it. It's not a commercial venture. Okay, if we all take pride here as the members. It's visibly now reached a level of ready to host international event.
The National Championship this year is running 5 categories: the Indian Junior Touring Cars, the Indian Touring Cars, the Formula 1300s and the MRF Formula 1600s. Also, additionally, there's a new category this year. It's called the Super Stock. We spoke to a few drivers and tuners who build these cars, and this is what they had to say.
Newer class which has been introduced this year in 2014. This class is called Super Stock. Basically, it's equivalent to next generation touring cars. So basically, whatever petrol engine cars up to 1.8 liter in the market is available can be raced as per the spec on the track. So I'm running with Honda City VTEC. It's a Type 2 model, and there's not much of mods here. Basically, the rule says you can go ahead with your LSDs, which comes inside the gearbox. Basically, a limited skid differential, and the exhaust is allowed. So the complete exhaust system is free, and the basic mods, as in the suspension and the strut bars and other aspects, have been allowed. Coming to the suspension, like, it's totally free, so you're allowed to do your ride height to your bump settings or whatever. And I'm running on a 13-inch wheel right now. Tires are totally free. Being a first round, like, I just want to give a try with the known tire which I'm used to, for the last couple of years together. So it's 13. And other mods, something like ECU is which is piggyback, which is allowed in this car. So other mods here inside the car, as you see, for the safety factor, the roll cage, the steerings, the speedo, what is more essential, your fire extinguisher, the ECU mounts. No lighting is allowed in this car. Your racing seat harness, the racing seat. Car lighting is not allowed, so we'll be running a little heavy. So tire management is more important in this category.
Yeah, this is basically an Indian Junior Touring Car Championship car. The things that are allowed to be modified in the car is basically engine is a standard engine, except for the exhaust. Engine is a bone stock as it comes out of the showroom. And basically what improvements are allowed is the suspension, which we can change the dampers for it to have a better handling and grip, and also better braking. And the other thing is all regarding the safety. We have a roll cage which is built to protect the driver, also give torsion stiffness to the car. We have seats and seat belts so that even in case of an accident he is well protected. So it's a beginner's car which is good for racing. and that's the reason we have about 27 cars on the grid today.
The first modification would be independent throttle body, that is one throttle per cylinder and a manifold to suit it. So this is the ITV header system, which is an exhaust system. Then the pistons are high compression and they are forged to take the load. And the connecting rods are high strength alloy steel to take very high RPM. You can't run more than 8,000 RPM on a standard con rod with these loads because the compression ratio is also higher. So we've improved the breathing, we've improved the compression, and then it runs on 100 octane fuel so that to prevent detonation. And to transfer the power, we've got a closed ratio gearbox, and then everything else is pretty standard.
This is the Formula 1300. It's prepared by LGV, and it's 1300cc. It's got a Swift engine in it. It's called Formula Swift as well. These are 13-inch tires by MRF. Brakes are all stock brakes, and the suspension is all stock. It's a single-seater racing. And we have a gearbox of a stock gearbox with 5-speed, and we have the roll gauge safety equipments in Formula 1300, just brilliant. We still don't have anything to complain at all. It's got a roll box and we've got an ECM. And this thing, the higher grade of this thing was done into Formula F4, but I always liked Formula 3 because this car was much quicker and it's quicker than the F4 which is run in the previous season. And otherwise everything is stock in this engine. With the gearbox is the main stock. Only could improve on this is if you can get slick tires with little wings, and that would make the car even more quicker.
So this is basically it's your 1600 Ford Durotech engine. It's completely naturally aspirated. There's a few motorsport parts here and there, but it's essentially your road engine, which is a homologated race car engine. We have a 4-point sub-belt harness, which keeps us right in our place. This is our steering, which I can show you. We have our red lights, that's our yellow and that's our red light, that's the ultimate limit. Our lap times, our oil pressures. And moving on, we got a 5-speed sequential gearbox. So that's when we're upshifting, you pull it back. When you're downshifting, you just push it downwards. That means that we use the clutch just to release from neutral to first. After that, we don't need to use the clutch. So it's like you just get off the throttle, pull it back, and you're gear up. As I said, this is India's premier single-seater category. We have slicks and wings, so these cars actually have downforce. Once again, we are not allowed to adjust anything in the wings because it's a one-make series. So every single driver is running the same front wing setup and the rear wing setup.
I'm standing at the start of the first race of the weekend, and the Indian Junior Touring cars are just returning from their first lap. Last year's champion Feroz Khan is expected to retain his title.
Feroz got off to a start worthy of the reigning champion, but it wasn't enough. He had a great battle with Dr. Sendil for the first 3 laps of the race, but the battle came to an abrupt end.
Start of the first race, Dr. Sendil was really close, and he was constantly on my bumper, so putting a lot of pressure onto me as well.
I was holding on very close to Feroz. In fact, I overtook Feroz in C4, and then I carried on very well, and then he overtook me again in the last corner before the bridge. Unfortunately, the 5th lap, the oil pump, the fuel pump tube got a linear cut, and I got to get out of the race.
After Dr. Sendil retired, it was a comfortable drive for Feroz, and he went on to take the first win of the season. There was a battle behind him as well, as Fahad Kutty fought his way to second place after third place finisher Ashish Ramaswamy gave the former champion a run for his money. The second race of the day saw the Indian touring cars in action, with young gun Arjun Narendran on pole position. Arjun had a great start and held on to the lead as the more experienced Ashish Ramaswamy and B. Vijay Kumar gave him a hard chase and many challenges. Vidyut Iyer moved his way up and after a fight got past Vijay Kumar with 3 laps to go. The first ever Super Stock category race, which were running in a combined grid with the ITC, saw Bala Vijay win ahead of Joel Joseph and Kashif Kapadia.
Yeah, I qualified on pole, so I started first. My start, I won't say it was great, but it was okay, and then Ashish was next to me, probably half a car length behind, and then I had a better exit and out of C1, and then both of us just pulled away, and then, yeah, then that's it. We didn't find anybody else at the rear.
Race 3 of the day saw the LGB Formula 1300s take the track. Ajay Kinney dominated the race from the start and took the win ahead of last year's LGB Formula 4 champion S. Narendran. Chetan Korada and Gautam Parekh had a great battle for third place, with Korada getting the better of Parekh.
Yesterday I qualified on pole and second was Naren and third was Mohit and so on. So at least 4 to 5 guys have already raced with them earlier, so I know the way of driving, the racing and strategy as well. So my only aim was to get clean on C1 and C2, and then if I get through to that, I know the car was quick and I really had the pace so I can pull on.
For the first race, I started 4th, and like I told you, I had gear issues. So when I was shifting from 1st to 2nd, I missed my gear and I lost a lot of position. So I fell down to about 10th or 11th in the first lap. But then again, it was a hard fight, and at C3, like, you know, normally everybody has a tendency to be on the inside of the track, but I went on the outside and I again overtook about 6-7 cars and I was back to 3rd.
The fire-breathing MRF Formula 1600s took to the track for the last race of the day. 16-year-old Tarun Reddy, last year's runner-up, was on pole position ahead of defending champion G. Vikash Anand. Reddy had a slow start and in an unconventional move, cut across Anand, forcing him to back off. After the cars hit C1, Reddy from there on was unbeatable as he set fastest lap after fastest lap to take the checkered flag with ease. Advait Deodhar tried to give him a chase, but after a while simply lacked the pace. Deodhar finished second, with Lee Keshav overtaking Siddharth Trivelor in the final lap to take third place.
I had a pretty good start actually, so did Vikash. Tarun squeezed him onto the grass, so I took advantage of that, so Vikash fell behind me. Karthik had, as usual, again, bomber of a start. He was right up alongside me into the first corner, but I just kept my foot down. I somehow went around the outside because I didn't want to get stuck within Tarun and run away. And then after that, it was pretty much me and Tarun for the rest of the race.
Reddy was summoned to the steward's room after the race as his unconventional move at the start was under heavy scrutiny. A penalty here or there could cause the brilliant driver not just to lose his position, but also the race. Not an ideal start to the season.
6 more races to go, and as the drivers get ready to go back out onto the track, the very air in the pit lane seems to be tense. The losses need to be avenged, the time needs to be made, the speeds need to be higher, and the pride needs to be salvaged. Over to the track.
Pride indeed was a matter of import for the young Tarun Reddy. The stewards had come to a decision about his incident with G. Vikash Anand in race 1 of the MRF Formula 1600s. Reddy's unconventional move saw Anand go off the track at the start and after investigating the matter, earned him a 90-second penalty. It also cost him his win in race 1 and gave him a start from P7 for race 2. The young driver had a lot to deal with just after the first race of the season.
It's my mistake in a way, but I got a big time penalty for that. But that's that. And then I immediately forgot about it for race 2 because I started 7th and I knew I had to work my way up. So I immediately concentrated on that.
In the first race of day 2, Gautam Parekh put in a brilliant performance to hold off Ajay Kinney and won race 2 of the LGB Formula 1300s. Both drivers had a hard race-long battle and in the end Parekh beat Kinney by 0.2 of a second in one of the closest races of the weekend. Chetan Korada got his second podium and finished in third place.
Second race was P1 today for me, and I made sure that I have a good start, and I was P1 right from the beginning. And on the third lap, Ajay started 4th and he was right behind me on my tail for the next 6 laps. It was a really hard-fought race, you know. There was pressure on me all through.
Arjun Narendran continued his stellar form in race 2 of the Indian touring cars and looked unbeatable despite being one of the youngest on a grid of seasoned veterans. Narendran won race 2 comfortably ahead of seasoned campaigners like B. Vijay Kumar in second place and Raja Ram in third. In the super stock category, it was a close fought win for B. Bala Vijay, who was chased down by Joel Joseph for most of the race but held him off well. Kashif Kapadia came in third place.
I had a good start, so I could pull away. And then there were a little back markers like the super stock, so I had to overtake them. Yeah, otherwise it was a good race. Yeah.
I was expecting there should be some competition at least for the first 5 laps, but I didn't get to find the competition from the lap 1 and the turn 2 itself, so I started taking a run on the first lap itself.
Next up was the IJTC race. Feroz Khan took the lead into the first corner and did not look back as he made it a perfect weekend with 3 wins out of 3. Dr. Senthil managed to keep up with Feroz for the first couple of laps but could not match his pace and finished in a comfortable second position. Ashish Ramaswamy gave Dr. Senthil a hard chase and finished just behind him in third place.
Race 2 of the MRF Formula 1600 just started to form up behind me. Tarun Reddy, who was penalised 90 seconds in the first race, is out for blood. And Advait Deodhar, because of a reverse grid start, starts in fourth place. This race will be very interesting.
Race 2 of the MRF 1600s was a reverse grid start. Niranjan Todkari started on the pole but lost his lead to Siddharth Trivelor at the start itself. Tarun Reddy, who started 7th in an insane move, jumped to the second place at the third corner of the first lap. He managed to pass 3 cars going into C2 and slotted himself in second place. He soon passed Trivelor as well to take the race lead and went on to hold it till the checkered flag was waved. Advait Deodhar took second place after he got past Trivelor when the latter made a mistake towards the fag end of the race.
I started 7th for the race. I didn't get the best of starts off the line, but I just kept my foot down going into the first corner. And I managed to get a run on 3 drivers in front of me, and I just went for it. I went on all 4 of them going to turn 2, which put me in second or third at that point. Then I passed the driver in ahead, and I was catching the driver in front, and then lap 2, I did him around the outside going into turn 4.
Out of nowhere, I see Tarun Reddy dive into C2. Great move. Luckily, I saw him because I almost turned in, but I saw him last minute because he made like a last minute dive. Got through, and then it was then I passed Lee in the corner after that, and then it was Siddharth, Tarun and myself. Tarun overtook him into after the straight, and then it was Siddharth holding me back for 2 laps. I tried to put as much pressure on him as possible, and ultimately I was quicker than him, but he was defending very well, so I couldn't pass him. And then ultimately I put a lot of pressure on him and into the D. Unfortunately, he spun. Luckily, he went straight and he didn't go backwards, because otherwise I'd have straight out T-boned him. That would have ended both our races, so luckily that was avoided.
This afternoon was an excellent race for me. I started in second position, made it up to the first position, I think by the end of the first corner or so. I think there was a lot of action again happening behind me, but Tarun made a brilliant start and he drove brilliantly to pass me. I think it was on the second lap, and then I think on the 7th lap or something I made a mistake in second. I spun twice, did 2 360s, somehow managed to come back on the track. I ended up in 5th and I recovered to finish 3rd.
Arjun Narendran once again reigns supreme in race 3 of the Indian touring cars with a convincing win over Ashish Ramaswamy. Vidyut Iyer managed to hold on to 3rd position to take the final step of the podium. B. Bala Vijay took his 3rd win of the weekend in the super stock category ahead of Joel Joseph and Chandresh Tolia.
Third race, I thought again I'm going to get stuck, but unlucky. The super saloon got stuck in between here and there. It wasn't less till half a lap on 31st of the race start. Following that, it was a cakewalk for me. I took it really light. I was chilling out east of my pace. I took it easy and saved my tyres for all the 3 races. 4 tyres alone was given for this weekend. Really happy to complete the race in first.
The final race of the weekend was the MRF Formula 1600s, and Tarun Reddy led from pole to checkered flag and took a comfortable win. Behind him, there was a terrific showdown between Advait Deodhar and last year's champion G. Vikash Anand. who finally got his engine problem sorted out. Deodhar managed to hold on, but Anand put constant pressure throughout the race.
Starting on third with a new engine, without the engine, we haven't run the engine yet, and the engine hasn't settled in, so it was really hard for me to push. I wasn't doing the lap times which I usually do, so it was I was driving on my limit, to be precise, driving on the car's limit. It was yeah, and it looks like the car really managed to finish well.
It's been really close racing, and that's what it is all about. I mean, and at a national racing championship, we here at the MMSC are here into its 18th edition, and we've been, as you know, organizing racing for about 50, 60 years. The minute we find close racing on the circuit, okay, that means it's the start of a great season.
The start of the season has been a very eventful weekend. The champions have shined, but there have been losses as well. And there are some great drivers who are nursing wounds. There's a full season of racing ahead of us and tons of adrenaline. We leave you with our selection of awesomeness from the National Racing Championships opening weekend.